Hello and welcome to Mission Nonprofit. I'm your host, Robert Cam, and on Mission Nonprofit, we feature a local nonprofit organization from the Thurston County area. And every month, we have a new episode. This month, we've got the 4-H Club of Thurston County. And with me to talk about the 4-H Club is Pat O'Neill, Riley Whitney, and Brenna Holthouse. Welcome, guys. Welcome to Mission Nonprofit. And your first time on TV?
Yes.
You've been on TV before? And you've been behind the camera.
And I've been behind the camera.
So that's exciting. And exciting for Brenna here. First time on TV. What do you think so far?
I'm having a blast.
You like all the lights? It's pretty bright in here.
Yeah.
Got the lights shining on you. But, well, so you guys are in the 4-H Club. Tell me, what is, I know there's 4 H's. What are those H's?
They are head, heart, hands, and health. And there's a motto, a pledge that is held at the beginning of every 4-H meeting, adult and member meeting, that reminds us of how we utilize these natural tools and how we have our place within our community and our club and our country and the world, and how we become better citizens because of it.
Now, when I've always heard about 4-H, I always thought about agriculture and livestock. Is that accurate? Is that kind of a part of the 4-H Club?
That's still a large part of us. Okay. The 4-H organization, national organization, is 110 years old this year, and it started to help supplement the education of the rural Americans, the boys, the agriculture, the girls, the home arts. And that's why it stayed for many years until the country on its own became more mobile, became more urbanized, more involved in international events such as the wars. And so the focus changed on what you can teach a child to help develop, to make them a better adult. So presently, we have a very strong focus on science and engineering, and how even the most basic of projects does have a scientific aspect to it. So we have robotics. Of course, we have cooking. We have our large animals. We have our small animals. We have just about anything that a child wants to do. If there is an adult who's willing to mentor them, we're willing to have the project.
What about making TV shows? Is that part of the 4-H?
Oh, yes.
Making TV shows, like that.
Making TV shows, most definitely.
And I bet computers have snuck their way in.
Yes.
Now.
Yes.
So Riley, what is your focus with the 4-H Club? What kind of groups are you involved in?
The groups I'm in is like I show animals like pigs and then rabbits. But I'm also in other clubs so then it helps present to people. Like it's called the Teen Club to help. So then you can talk into large like presentations to people, and then how to present stuff. And then I got into like wood projects and then photography because it's just something I like doing.
That's quite a bit of stuff. You started with some livestock.
Yeah.
And tell me about what kind of livestock.
We have pigs, and with them the way I started is that my siblings wanted to show, but we didn't have a 4-H club, so they did it in FFA because they're in high school. And since I wasn't old enough, we started a 4-H club. And then I started showing swine, but then when we started getting pigs, like the people would get them from were way too much, so then we started a farm. And we called it High Point Family Farms because it's run by a family. And so then my stepdad, so then it's cheaper for us to raise the animals, and then it's easier, and then it doesn't take away as much money from us to raise the animal.
Now, you weren't old enough to join FFA, but you are now.
Yeah.
But you probably you're having such a ball with 4-H. Are you going to get involved with FFA?
Yeah, too? I'm showing swine in FFA, and then I'm showing rabbits. But I also I still stick with like the wood projects and stuff like that for 4-H. And then I also stay with because there's some like with the Teen Club that's only in 4-H. They don't have that in FFA. So there's some things I just stay in 4-H with, and there's some things I'm doing in FFA and in 4-H.
And I heard something about you've slaughtered some animals yourself, or you slaughtered some rabbits yourself. Yep. Tell us, how long have you been doing that? When did you start?
Well, we started at first. I just had a small little like foo-foo pet like rabbit, which was just a really tiny rabbit, and like it doesn't have like any meat on it, so it'd just be just be bone. And then after that, I wanted to start breeding rabbits, and my mom's and my dad told me that I couldn't breed a rabbit unless I had, like, the rabbit had a purpose. So I chose New Zealand's because my grandparents had it, and then, but I didn't want to have exactly the same because they had white, so I chose red because that was my favorite color, and I wanted to do something different. And then after that, and then once we started breeding, my stepdad would do the slaughtering for me, and I'd watch, and then I'd do a couple things. And then I went from just me watching to me like doing it by myself, and then sometimes I help butcher, to like cut up the actual parts, and then I just usually do it by myself because my stepdad is busy taking care of the pigs.
That's amazing. And then you use every part of the rabbit,
Yep.
correct? Like what do they do with those parts? Like, I mean, the head, and I
Yep.
know you can use the feet for making Lucky Charms, and you eat the meat,
Yep.
correct? And so, and then I guess you've got the fur
Yep.
that you can make a fur out of.
Yeah,
or
like
something.
some people make like blankets, and then you can have like floor mats and stuff like that, like in the house, so then they're like fuzzy.
So what do you do with the parts?
Well, we mostly use the meat, and then what we do is we freeze the heads, and then we will ship them out because we have a person who will take them from us, and then she'll give us like $2 a head for each one, and then she'll like bleach it and then do stuff like that, and then we'll supply it to different people that want them.
That's fascinating. I can't believe I probably would be too scared to. That's probably a lot of blood, and you get grossed out. Did it gross you out at first?
At first, the smell kind of gets
Oh,
to you, but
no.
after a while, it goes away.
And then you get used to it, huh? All right. Well, Brenna, what are your activities with 4-H?
Currently, I am enrolled in the dog project. I also show goats. I'm also in the teen club with Riley, and then I do exchange. And I'm also in a whole bunch of art clubs, like photography and creative arts. So I do a whole bunch of little art projects within all of that.
So tell me about the dog group, or is dog showing? Is it dog shows? Is that...
Yes, we do have dog shows. Within the dog project, there are many different little dog clubs, and we all have our own names. Like my dog club name is the Musketeers.
Cute.
And so we all get together at the Thurston County Fair, or we also have pre-qualifiers, and we all get together and we all show our dogs in obedience and showmanship, which obedience is the aspect of training your dog to be obedient, like the sit, stay, come, and everything like that. And then showmanship is where we perform like how to show our dogs to the best of our ability. And so it's not based on how like the best quality of the dog, but it's based on how well we show that dog to our ability.
So it's based on your training of the dog, is that right?
Yes.
Or your...
Because if you do more training with your dog is going to be better than other dogs at that one project, that one
more obedient.
show.
And
Yeah.
Then, and then so you get scored by that, and then do you win something?
Yeah, we
Win ribbons and stuff.
Yes, we go off a system, and a certain amount of points you get a blue ribbon, first place, and that will allow a person and their dog to qualify for the Puyallup Fair. So they will get to go show their dog in obedience at the Puyallup Fair. And then if you get a red or a white, you haven't qualified, but we have more than one chance to qualify. So a lot of people do end up qualifying and going to Puyallup Fair to show.
Well, what is your dog? You just have one that you show, or
I show 2 dogs.
2 dogs?
Yes. I show a Yorkshire Terrier named Max. I've been showing him for about 6 years now. He is my little bundle of joy. I love him. And then recently, for about a year and a half now, I've been showing an Australian Shepherd. And he doesn't do a lot of obedience because he's not really an obedient dog. He does more of the showmanship stuff because he has better qualities doing showmanship.
Uh-huh.
So I do a lot of that with him. And then I also show him in AKC shows, which is the American Kennel Club. And it's kind of like the professional side of showing. So it's way more like strict. And there's a lot more rules that go along with showing your dog in that project.
And when you show these animals, both of you show animals, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So they're at the Thurston County Fair? Is that where it is?
Yeah.
That you do that?
That's just
That's
one of the
one of them.
places, yes.
Where are some of the other places?
Well, some of the other places is like you can go all the way to Yakima and do shows like for like rabbits. You can go. They have state convention there, and there'll be like a whole bunch of breeders there. Like some people bring like 50 rabbits just so they can show them. And then like here at county fair, you have to go and then like if you get a blue ribbon, you qualify to go to state fair. And then if you do really good, like if you get champion showmanship, like I did this last state fair with my pigs, then you're pretty much the best showmanship of your class out of the whole like west side of the state. So then like if you do good at county fair, that's good. But if you do good at state fair, that's really good because you're competing against the best out of each county. Mm-hmm. So that's what.
Is there some place you go beyond that?
Well, they do have
After
nationals.
state- yeah.
But that's really you have to be really good to go to nationals.
So we're talking about the Puyallup Fair.
Yeah.
Right? That's the state fair.
Yeah.
That's the state 4-H fair.
Cool.
Well, you mentioned can you go beyond? I'd like to put a yay girl for one of our members, Natasha Nosen. She has qualified to represent Washington State in the equine judging team, and she'll be going to the Eastern Regional's National 4-H Convention to judge horses.
The National 4-H Convention, where's that held at? Is it different places?
It's this one's in Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay.
So we're quite proud of her.
So besides, showing animals at fairs and stuff, are there other ways that children and by the way, we should mention this is kindergarten through 18.
Yes.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
So are there other ways that they can show the things that they've learned and compete and different things like that, other than livestock?
Well, competition is,
That's probably not the purpose, is it?
it's not the purpose.
The purpose
No.
is learning.
Yes.
In
yes.
addition to school.
Yeah, there are additional competitions like spring youth fairs, but we have some clubs that are strictly community service oriented, and like our Teen Leader Club, we have a homeschool club known as the Educats. They go out and their project is to serve others, to be the extra hand that's needed, say for the stream team to do a project, or to help with a haunted house. The Educats are doing something with that right now. So your project can be completely external, completely internal. It depends on what you want to do with it.
That's great. And on that note, why don't we take a look at the video you brought us about the 4-H Club. So let's go ahead and show the viewers that, and we'll come right back and talk more with these lovely people about the 4-H Club of Thurston County. Be right back.
When I was 18, I bought a house by raising hogs to show at the fair. I've been in 4-H for 11 years and I've shown hogs for 15 years. It's just a different experience. It's not just like playing a sport. It's a lot more than that. And I think it's hard for people to see that, how much of a responsibility it is for kids.
The young people in Wake County in 4-H youth development who are using geographic information systems have the unique ability to map out where are healthy options and where are places where there aren't so many healthy options.
That's a technology that's really emerging in many things that we do. It's really hitting the public health scene right now. So working with the 4-H really helped us to be a little bit in front of the curve.
Advocates for Health in Action came to us so that we could conduct that GIS project for them.
It is a revolution. I mean, when kids do this, they're in it for the long haul, and it just changes everything about them. Responsibility, I think, is the key. I've taken all of my earnings from all of the hogs and placed them into the bank.
She's very frugal. Maybe that's the way I want to say it, because I think with all of her winnings, she's maybe bought one purse and maybe one shirt.
And I've earned enough to buy a house. This is the house the hogs bought.
Well, what we've been doing is surveying, then putting into spreadsheets, and then
Making maps.
yeah, on ArcGIS and on Google Earth.
And as we were really able to gather that information and get a first-hand, in-depth picture of what was going on in our community, we started to see issues emerge.
All of my goals, I don't see it without 4-H.
we treat them like adults so that they can take on that responsibility, and they've made a true difference in our community.
We've got an obesity problem in our area, so we're trying to use the technology that we have to change that.
You know, the community is made up of the people who live in it, so if no one takes responsibility, then nothing's gonna get done.
I guess we've helped people make better decisions when it comes to eating healthy.
I want to show people what it gave to me so that I can give back to other people.
I feel like all the things that we've done, a lot of people don't get to do, so we have like a step up.
The 4-H and all these projects are a revolution just because we're starting to use youth at an earlier age as a resource.
They're not somebody we have to educate so we can tap into as resources for our community someday. No, they're resources right now.
A lot of groups go out there and talk about it, so we go out there and actually do it.
I think it's all about responsibility, and I think that that says it perfect. 4-Hers step up.
I'm Giovanni, and I'm trying to impact the youth of our community.
My name's Trent, and I use mapping to make a difference in my community.
I'm Onijah, and I inspire people to make better decisions.
Join the revolution of Vivian.
The revolution of Trent.
Of Lindsay.
Of Onijah.
We are the revolution.
Join the revolution of responsibility.
Hi, welcome back to Mission Nonprofit. I'm your host, Robert Camp. If you're just joining us, we're talking about the Thurston County 4-H Club. And with me tonight, or today, whichever time you might happen to be watching, is Pat O'Neill. And we've got Riley Whitney and Brenna Holthouse. I got it now. And you guys are youth members.
Yep.
Yes.
And you're the program assistant?
I'm the program assistant for the Thurston County 4-H.
Okay, and so we're talking about the different groups, and in Washington State we have 37 different 4-H
4-H
clubs.
county organizations.
County 4-H.
Yes. Let me give just a short history of the 4-H. Like I said, it's 110 years old. Every state of the union, Congress gave a land grant university, and in Washington State, it's Washington State University. So from that land grant university, every county in the state has an extension office of that university. In that extension office, there will be a 4-H organization, and that's what I work for. And then in this county, last year we had 89 clubs under our umbrella.
And those are the different types, like the livestock, the teen club. Is that...
Right. With 3 clubs style clubs, we have project clubs. Project-based, everybody is horse. Everybody is dog. Everybody's a teen leader. We have community-based clubs where you have one main leader and several project leaders. You could have any projects that they want, and usually it's regionally based. Everyone lives in Tumwater, everyone lives in Yelm. And then we have family clubs, which is what Riley has, where the parent is the main leader. They can have every project they want. In the club is their children, niece and nephew, next door neighbor, keeping it small. And that's how we do it in Thurston County.
Okay, great. So you guys were talking about the teen club, and you're both in that one. So tell us a little bit about the teen club. And is that the one where you're working on your presentation skills and things like that? Tell us what kind of things you do. Do you have meetings and stuff? Do you get together and?
Yes, the teen club, we meet every month, and at the beginning of the meeting we have the actual teen club meeting, and then after the teen club meeting is the exchange meeting. But during the teen club meeting we go over what we want to accomplish during the year, what we want to do community service-wise, what we want to teach the community, what we want to get out in the community and do. Like that was our main goal last year. Was our motto was teens within the community. So we wanted to see as many things as we could do within the community, like helping out and educating people about 4-H and what it's all about and everything like that.
That sounds fun. That's how you get to kind of all get together and agree on what you want to do. And do you do that like on the year? Like you get together and say, okay, this year we're going to work on that? Or is it kind of month by month, quarterly or anything?
Well, the officers, like I'm the president, so the officers will have a meeting and we will go over what we want to accomplish during the year, and then as the months come and go, we like get into detail about what we want to do like during those months. So it's not the whole year planned ahead, but we usually go 3 months at a time.
What's your favorite activity that you guys have done in that club?
Oh my gosh. A couple weeks ago, we actually went out with the stream team, and we moved mulch from big piles to cover the spot where there was this weed growing. They didn't want it growing anymore, so they all laid a black tarp over it, and then we all covered that with mulch. And that was really fun to do all together. It was a team bonding experience.
Probably did that over the summer when it was nicer and not raining.
It was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, and it was wet, huh?
It wasn't that wet.
It was probably dry.
Yeah.
And we're just starting the rainy season. How about you, Riley? What is your favorite thing you've done with the teen club?
My favorite is probably Teen Summit, which is where like a whole bunch of different like teen clubs type thing, where they join together and then we will stay like the weekend up in cabins, and then we'll do different like workshops to help like kind of like trust. Like sometimes there'll be some things about trust, then how to present, and then there's a whole bunch of other things we will do, and then and it's mostly because it's fun, and then we can hang out, and then we also are learning, but it's not just like sitting on the desk. We actually get into it and start doing stuff.
Was that an overnight camp?
Yeah, we stayed. It was I think Friday, Saturday, and then we went home Sunday, I think.
And that was in Cleellum.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that brings me to another thing I wanted to talk to you guys about, is the overnight camps that you have available for the 4-H members.
Right. There are various overnight camps throughout the state. Different counties will sponsor. In Thurston County, we promote 4 big ones. The Teen Rally, which this year is in November, will be held in Long Beach, where you do not have to be a 4-H member to attend. Then we have the Know Your Government Conference in February. It's held over President's Day weekend. That's held here in Olympia, and we work with the legislature. It can be everything from model UN to learn about the justice system to there's a lot of competition between the different counties. Who's going to be a judge, who's going to be a prosecutor. Then we have the Teen Summit that Riley was saying, that's in Cleellum. That's for your middle school aged teenagers. And then there's Teen Conference in June, which is at Washington State University. And again, that is an event for anyone. You don't have to be a 4-H member for that one.
And these are all the overnights.
Those are all overnight events. And then we also, because through our teen club, we have an exchange program where vice versa, we send our kids to a state to stay with a 4-H club in it. Well, actually the whole umbrella organization for the county, and then conversely they come back and they visit us. So last year our teen kids went to Kansas, and this year we'll be hosting kids from Topeka, the Topeka area.
And Brenna, you went to Kansas on one of those.
I did.
How was it?
It was great. It was an awesome experience. Everybody met a lot of new people, and we all gained a whole bunch of friends. Like, everybody's still friends with everybody we met in Kansas, and we're all friends on like Facebook, and we're all texting each other and messaging each other. And it was a really good learning experience too, because we went to a lot of museums and we learned about the history of Kansas, and then we also got to experience their 4-H camp, which was great to see how their 4-H camp runs in comparison to our 4-H camps. And it was just a great experience, and I'm glad that our county does that program, because it's really great for all of us to be able to experience that.
So when did you go to Kansas?
We went July 5th through the 12th.
Okay. And did you have like some host families that let you live with them then?
Yes, everybody got their own host family, or there were host families that had 2 of us because there weren't enough people to each have their own. So we all went to their houses. We all had a big group meeting, kind of get together, social thing at the beginning where everybody got to meet everybody. We had a swimming party and everything. And then that night everybody went off with their own host family, and they got to meet everybody in that family, all the animals, what they do, and they learn about like what they do within their 4-H clubs. And then each day everybody would get together, the whole group, and we'd all go do something as a group. Like, we'd go to the museums, we'd go to parks, and then we learn about everything like that, and we'd go to like water parks and have fun stuff like that. And then there was one day where it was family day, so every family went, and some of the families got together, like they went as little groups, and we did fun little activities for that day. And then as the week went by really fast, and then finally it was the last day, and then we all said goodbye, and we were all crying.
That sounds
Everyone
awesome.
was crying.
I mean, that's kind of like, you know, a step toward, you know, when you're in college and then you go overseas, you know, or something like that. You going to do that when you get older? Go to Europe or something and do an exchange?
Probably not.
No?
It would be fun, but not.
Yeah, that's probably a lot
my thing.
longer period of time.
Yeah.
But that's neat. Yeah. Well, so we're almost done with this show, but I wanted to make sure that everybody has your contact information in case they want to get involved with some of these clubs. And so your phone number, we've got 867-2157 is the contact number for the Thurston County 4-H Club. And then the website for it is county.wsu.edu/Thurston. And that's because you guys are kind of run out of the Washington State University.
Correct.
So make sure you check out that website and give them a call if you want to get involved. And they've got so many fascinating things. So children between kindergarten and 18
Correct.
are welcome to come. And then there's different divisions of those
There's
age
different
groups.
divisions. Kindergarten through second are considered primaries. They are in less competitive projects. And then as you get older, you would only compete if you're being judged on yourself. You compete just against your peers. If you were showing your animal would go against other animals. But our 4-H year just began October 1st. We invite anyone who wants to be a member to contact us. We take a little information and then we refer you to project groups that would fit your need. And if an adult wants to be a volunteer, again, contact us. We vet them through the Washington State Patrol to make sure that everybody will be safe. And then we give you some training. And if you want to be a leader of your own club, fine. If you want to help someone else, that's fine too.
And there's going to be something for you out there, right?
There is something.
No matter who you are. Something for me if I was
Yes,
a teenager, because
yes,
I
of
would be
course.
doing the television.
If you would like to mentor a group
Maybe
for
I'll
television.
mentor. That's a good idea. Anyway, well, thanks for joining us on this episode of Mission Nonprofit, and I hope you tune in again next month. I'm Robert Cam. Thanks for watching. If you know of a local nonprofit that's making a difference in our community, give us a call at 956-3100 extension 103 or send an email to rkam@tctv.net.